So what you're looking at EJ right now?
Yep, looking at EJ.
Awesome.
And I can see right where it's sitting. It's a consolidation zone, but that's also a psych level because it's at that 135,500. So I'm keeping an eye on it.
Beautiful levels. Perfect. This is awesome.
Never.
So what you have right here too is, let me just draw this for you. Oh. What's up, Quentin?
Morning, boys.
Morning, my man. How are you?
Good morning, Mr. Wee Patty.
What?
Mr. Paris over there.
Yep.
I hate this fucking.
No, doing good.
Awesome. How's work?
Oh, it's all right. It's all right. I've been working a little bit less recently, so I have more time.
Okay. I was going to ask you, do you guys ever have a slow season where things kind of calm down for you?
Definitely in the winter.
Okay.
But right now it's rather slow compared to over years, I've been told.
Okay.
Nice, man. Get a little break in the winter.
Yeah. I'm currently working like 3 days a week.
Okay. Oh, that's not bad at all.
No, that's very good.
That's awesome.
I have Wednesday and Thursday, like 5 p.m. to midnight, and Saturday like all day, like 9 to 5, basically, something.
So a lot of time to work on the trading, the book you're reading right now. Jamie, Quentin is reading a book by Tim Grover that I've suggested in the books channel.
Okay.
It's called Relentless. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
Do you know who Tim Grover is?
Yeah, let me look that up. Relentless.
You do know who Tim Grover is?
Yes. Yeah, I've heard about him a couple of times. My wife actually brought him to my attention once, but I had so many books, and I'm like, hey, whatever. Just one too many things.
Yes, sir.
Relentless. All right, let me look that one up.
Yeah, he's got Relentless and he has Winning. Quentin, you might want to read Winning when you're done with that one.
Yeah, I just saw your message. Yes, it's the first time I read it.
Awesome. Yeah, those books wake you up.
I found Relentless for free on the PDF thing, and I think I'm gonna buy Winning after that.
Awesome. Yeah, the one book that both of you guys would really love is Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. Anybody read that?
Oh yeah. Listen, my wife and I have the hardcover of that. It's a very interesting book.
Oh hell yeah.
I mean, it is eye-opening. I mean, I don't even have a word for it, to be honest with you. I mean, what this guy has gone through in life, and what he put himself through, to achieve the levels that he's gotten to.
Yeah.
I mean, who in the world goes through with 3 hell weeks?
Yeah. Not only that, but like the childhood.
The trauma.
Yeah, man.
Of what he went through as a child.
Yeah.
And like he said, I mean, if there's anybody that should have a reason to say screw the world and give up, he's one of them.
Yeah.
But he did.
The complete opposite.
Yeah, he did. And then he took that as the motivator, man. And it's phenomenal to hear him speak, let alone read the book.
If somebody needs a change of perspective, where in the moment, of your life, it's very hard to realize yourself individually that you need to change your perspective because your perspective is all you know. But you need like that outside voice to tell you that you need to change your perspective. So if someone like that is going through their, something tough in their life that they think is tough, just give them that book and they will completely change their perspective if they look at it the right way, and realize like my life really isn't that bad. Right. It's terrible to say because, he had to go through what he went through, but it's a benefit for other people because they can read that and be like, damn, my life is not that hard. And I can easily get through what I'm going through or simply get through what I'm going through right now. And I don't have to look at it the way I do. I can completely change my mindset and look at it, whether you're overweight, whether you're, you just think you're having a bad time trading, whether you have a bad time in your job and it's, it's tough and everything. Just look back at your life and be like, damn, it's been pretty smooth compared to this. So I always think it's a good eye opener for anyone going through that. Excuse me. Sorry, still have this cough. Sucks. Anyway, so this level here in EJ, this is the correct level, what you have drawn up here, but it's good to understand this level right here where you have this wick dropping down into. You have this resistance that we rejected multiple times here, right? Multiple times. Even this candle closed right below that level, but we ended up getting the fake out with this candle closing right back into the range with the wick to fill. Top wick formed past the low, right? Are we now continuing down? So this is, I'm guessing, the 30-minute is you only trade on the 30.
Well, that's the 60 for the markup.
Okay.
And then when you drop down to the 30, you'll see, it's even a bigger consolidation range.
Okay.
So what I sent was the 1 hour for the markup.
All right, I'll have you do the your breakdown on EJ. I don't think you've done it, or you did one last week. So we'll have you do EJ tonight or today, and then Quentin, you can get into yours as well.
Yeah, I took a lot this morning. I just placed it into the journal.
Well done, man. Oh, what, the into the group Trello?
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. What was that, a previous trade that you had?
This morning in GJ.
Nice. How did it go?
I entered on the 1 hour breaking the low of the previous one at, was it 4 a.m. Eastern? No, it was 3 a.m. Yeah, it was 3 a.m. Eastern, and I got like 12 pips in profits, but I was waiting for my 1-to-1 at 15 pips, and it totally rejected all the way to my stop loss.
Okay, let's take a look at it. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna wait for a few people to hop in. Give them some time so that we can do our full weekly and monthly breakdown, actually. Happy August 1st, by the way.
Thanks, you too.
One of the biggest month of your lives this week. And Jamie's going on a nice business trip. We're going to be able to meet face-to-face, meet up for a little lunch. So that'll be cool.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, okay, so you started. Okay. So you got the daily over here. You got price right below that 162 level. Previous support, obviously resistance as well. Okay, so you have this support. Great, great job marking this up. Right, that's exactly where I'd have my level. You have a clean move to the left over here. You have some kind of a little support right here where you had that wick reject right in that area. Then this kind of pushed down and then rejected that area again. But again, this is the main level and you close below it. So we could very well be continuing down. But this is just one thing that already on the 4 hour, I'd be paying attention to. Actually, let me just move that up a little bit right here. No.
Okay.
Hold on. This level right here, because you got that wick, and then again, this kind of pushed all the way down, clean move to the left, and then ended up closing above that level. And it's not that this is incorrect at all, because everything is perfect here. I'm just saying, like, we got to diagnose why this kind of snapped back, right? We failed to break this wick. That's already what we've seen so far. So going down to the 1 hour now. Okay, 1 hour. We keep rejecting this level right here, right? You have the support, weaker bullish candles. This candle left a wick to fill, and that's what we ended up doing, but it ended up closing bullish. But this is kind of very similar in a downtrend, or as you guys remember, when we have an uptrend, when you get that top wick on a bearish candle, we get the top wick and then the candle flips bearish and closes bearish. In an uptrend, a lot of the times that wick gets filled, right? So same thing right here. Downtrend, you have a wick with this candle flipping bullish, weak bullish candle. We ended up filling that wick right there. So you get the top wick rejection, and the candle ended up closing below support right here. But again, we keep rejecting this level so far. Again, not saying any of this is incorrect. I like how you waited for this candle to close right here, right? Top wick rejection, close a strong bearish candle. Where could we end up going from here? Okay, so you had this support right there. So you didn't end up securing? You would have secured at that wick fill?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's just one of those trades that, now you got to look at like, okay, this I think was a correct trade. I like what you did here. You waited for the top wick to form, pass below the not only this wick, but this support over here as well. Price started pushing down. Now, if price starts coming, if you pushed, how many pips was this? About 10 pips right here, right?
Yeah.
So my pretty solid rule, especially in GJ, is if price pushes anywhere from 6 to 8 pips in profit and then comes back to my entry, depending on the setup, most setups at least, I'll be closing 50 right here.
Yeah.
Right. And then again, if you end up closing above this support right here, right, if you end up rejecting this whole support, depending on what the 15-minute looks like as well, I'll probably end up closing another 50% right there. Right. That doesn't mean that we're not going to continue down, because it's very hard to cut 50 on a setup like this, because I agree with you. Price should be dropping here. The Japanese yen is the strongest currency right now. Right. And then also you got another decline on the GBP manufacturing PMI, which we'll take a look at in a second. But this is just a trade that I don't think it was the incorrect entry. The only thing you could probably correct when it comes to the entry is maybe just waiting for that close below that area. The fact that we didn't close below that area yet, that kind of goes against you a little bit. So again, I don't think it's the wrong trade. I think maybe you could have waited for the close below that area.
But also I was using more the 1 hour as the entry time frame, and it was 9 a.m. for me, so it was London Open candle, so I was expecting volume to be able to push through the support.
Okay, well done. Now I want to analyze the way you manage risk right here. So you ended up closing half as price rejected all the way up. What does that mean?
All the way. I mean, when it was down at the end of the wick, down here.
Yep.
I'm gonna take. It was
Morning,
down.
Carlos.
I was thinking about closing half at this point, because like the candle was steady at this point and stayed sometime without rejecting or pushing down, and I feel like when it does that, sometimes it fails to go further. So I was thinking about closing half, but I didn't, and it then rejected to here, and when it came down to back to this, I closed half. And when this was the 15-minute breaking the high of the previous one, so I closed another half and got stopped out for the rest.
I like it. So you basically ended up closing half when this came back to entry just a little bit later.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I said, I like it. There's a couple notes that you could write down as far as like waiting for the candle to close below this area. But again, I like the setup. I like this wick rejection here. Strong close bearish. Top wick formed. You waited for it. And then we passed the low of not only this wick, but these wicks over here to the left. And you were looking for this wick fill. Right. So those are the only things I'd really write down. I think you did a good job on this, managing and staying secure. And now, percentage wise, how much did you lose on this?
0.3.
0.3%. How much you risk?
0.5.
Okay, that's a win right there, right? You didn't hit your full stop loss. You were able to manage risk. Is there anything you would have done differently, personally?
I think I would have closed half, taken partials before, like probably at break even a first one.
Okay.
And yeah, I think I should have done that.
So once price came back, once price came back to break even, you would have closed half. Okay.
Yeah,
there you go.
That would have been smart.
Yeah, just write that down. Also, the last question: when this candle ended up pushing down, you just want to write what time that happened and what time it snapped back. Was it like at the end of the hour, end of the half hour? Do you remember?
It was in the middle of it. The first 15-minute candle closed strong bearish, and the next one was heavy bullish.
Okay. All right.
I
So
remember.
again, that's just something that you want to write down in the description over here. I'm going to read over this and then give you some notes, even though we just went over it, so that you have stuff in there that you could go back and look at. All right.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, great job adding it to the group chat. It's something I really want you guys to get back to. Moving forward this week. We got Carlos, Sammy, Tiffany's about to come in. What's up, guys?
Yo, good morning, everyone.
Morning, my man. How are you?
I'm good. I can't complain, new month.
Good to hear. It's great to hear. How
you doing?
Good, man. When are you are you back in New Orleans or?
No, I leave tonight.
Oh, that's right. Okay. And you're flying, I'm guessing, right?
Yes, sir.
Awesome, man. Happy for you. Get back in your routine and back in your space, and it'll be nice. Making money as well with the driving and everything. So that'll be awesome.
Hell yeah, man. I'm ready.
I know. I'm happy for you. I know that feeling. I was just in it, coming back from Cyprus. So it's sick. Sammy, Tiffany, what's up, guys?
Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. You guys have a good weekend?
Awesome.
Good. Spend some time with your daughter?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, that's
Good to hear.
pretty much it.
Tiffany, did you find a possible desktop?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't yet, but it's on my things to do. So
There you
hopefully I get one really soon.
Yeah, whenever you get time, maybe just stop by Best Buy and play around. Go on to TradingView as well, and that's how I found this computer. And also my original mentor had this computer as well. But just go play around on TradingView, see how you like it, see how the functionality of it, and pick from there.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yep. Sammy, what's up, bud?
Yo,
What's
morning.
up, bud? How are you?
How are you? I'm
Good,
good.
man.
How are you? How are you?
Doing great, man. How about yourself?
Yeah, all good. Yeah, all good.
Good stuff. So let's break down the economic calendar over here, see what we had this morning. I'm waiting for the hour to close on GJ. We may have a possible entry right now. It's already setting up, but I'm really waiting probably for the hour to close here because we may have an even better entry on the hour to possibly head up. But again, you're trading against the trend, so you want to be extra careful and extra conservative when you're doing that. Not to mention, guys, it's August 1st. It's the beginning of the week, beginning of the month. So you guys want to be a little bit more patient right now, especially again with NFP coming out at the end of the month here. So just hang tight. We're gonna break these down, and then we'll see what trades we could get moving forward. So this is a big PMI week, manufacturing coming out of Europe today. Everything is either hitting its mark or missing its mark over here when it comes to PMI on the euro. And this is something good for you to take a look at, Jamie, trading EJ. But then moving into 4:30 this morning, Great Britain released theirs as well. Kind of missed the mark over here, right? Manufacturing PMI. And then if you look over here at the chart of what we previously have had, you've had a decline basically since June. Couple, whatever you want to call it, exceeding its mark, a couple months of that, but overall, we're basically in this downtrend over here on the manufacturing PMI. You can see that all with the Europe, Germany, France, Italy, Spain, all these are not really hitting its mark in the last year. So moving into 10 a.m. this morning, we have ISM manufacturing PMI coming out for the U.S. over here. So for the U.S., again, been in the decline, right? We don't have much of a manufacturing industry, not like we used to have with previous generations, right? All those jobs got shipped over to the eastern countries and over to mainly China, and we're basically more of an importing country right now, which is not a good thing in my opinion. Moving into Tuesday over here, we have the cash rate RBA statement coming out of Australian dollar. I know Reese trades AUD JPY, so that might be something that he's going to be paying attention to. Moving into tomorrow during New York, again, 10 a.m., Jones job openings coming out, right? It tells the Fed how many openings are there for people to get jobs so that they can tighten monetary policy even more. Moving into later, Sorry. Jeez. The NZD unemployment data coming out. We have Bullard speaking tomorrow night as well, so that'll be something you want to pay attention to. He's one of the main FOMC members. Moving into Wednesday, services PMI coming out. US as well, 10 a.m. A lot of things coming out at 10 a.m. We're going to be live with Sharma. Again, we're not going to do anything past 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with her. And if so, then we'll just hop on our own stream and then hop on with her when we're done. Thursday, we have a lot of Great Britain data coming out. We have their bank rate, right? So this is basically they may be pricing in starting the week. That's why I think maybe we're holding some kind of a support right now. They could be pricing in some rate hikes right now. They're expecting a 50 basis point rate hike right over here, right? So wouldn't be surprised. They're trying to tame inflation as well. They don't have the best economy either. I was just reading something over here. That's about the Federal Reserve. I'll talk about that in a second. I thought I was reading something about Great Britain, but actually, you know what? That is on the news tab. We'll take a look at it later. But later on, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Thursday, we got unemployment claims coming out. Mester is going to be speaking as well, another member of FOMC. We have data coming out of Japan, and then Friday, NFP, right? Beginning of the month, first Friday of the month. So we'll see where the jobs data is at, average hourly earnings, Canadian employment data coming out, US data coming out for unemployment. So we'll see where we're at when it comes to that. But I think we should have some nice moves this week. Again, with the manufacturing PMI coming out, services PMI coming out today, JOLTS job openings, few things, not as much as last week when it comes to economic data, but it's still a good amount, and we still should have some good volume, moving us forward. So looking at the charts now, anybody have any questions before we get into this?
SFP is every Friday, first Friday of every month, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool.
Sure. First Friday of August. So we're gonna have that on Friday. And again, you guys know me with that. I've always had a love-hate relationship with NFP because a lot of times you get a really rangy week waiting for Friday, and then nothing ends up happening. Or when it comes to the love side, you get everything being priced in during the week, right? And then maybe either something happens or nothing happens on Friday, and you just don't trade Friday, right? So it's really give or take, and you never really know until really Tuesday comes around. So we'll see. Actually, Monday as well. You could get some moves Monday based on how Sunday opens. But looking over here at GJ, monthly candle ends up closing bearish right here. So we ended up rejecting our area up here. If you look to the left, to the previous support over here, 167,500. I'll mark off. Previous support over here. Price keeps rejecting that area. We'll probably mark off the highs up here as well. But we keep rejecting here, where we ended up getting this wick pushing up into that area, closing bullish, but rejected all the way back down to that 162,500 area. This candle pushed all the way up higher than that, and then rejected, and then closed around 165. This candle created a higher, lower high, flipped bearish, and then ended up closing bearish. So could we continue bearish from here, right? Back down to 156 possibly if we keep getting the strength in the Japanese yen, or could we end up holding our support somewhere around this area and then continuing back up? All right. So weekly, as you guys know, we're in this range pretty much. I'll start drawing some levels on the daily, but last week we ended up flipping bearish again, respecting these highs, right? Flipping bearish and closing bearish. So this candle already has a top wick, and we passed the low of that candle. Could we continue down into some of these levels over here around like 160, which is a level we could definitely mark off. For now, I'm just gonna mark off that support right there, previous resistance. we may end up, yeah, I may end up adjusting this right over here because you have this support right here where price bounced off of. You have that resistance, support, and right now we're sitting at that level right now, right? Again, I have that 167,500 level marked off. We can also mark off, this high up here, and then also the fact that we've been making these lower highs here. And I just want to adjust our COVID bullish trend over here as well, just so we have it correct. It's probably right there. Should be good. Sorry, I was just yawning. But we actually have a little bullish trend over here. We keep bouncing off of key area right here. And then now we're starting to meet up with that area as well. So as you guys know, on the daily, every time we tap into this support right here, we hold support and we start pushing up. Hold support right here and we push up. So what are we going to do here? Can we end up playing this bounce, right? They can also be pricing in the rate hike. So maybe we get some further bounce up here. But a lot of the driver right now, especially last week, where we ended up getting that rejection of 166 over here, which I'm going to mark off. A lot of that has to do with a very strong Japanese yen, right? So if you guys look at your Chinese indicator over here, Japanese yen right now is actually the strongest today, right? So that could give you further confirmations for possible sells. But again, you got to make sure that you understand we're bouncing off a strong support right here. 4 hour. Now we could start adjusting a little bit. We have a previous support somewhere down here on 160,500. Yeah, previous support over here. Now we have a support right there, right? That we ended up closing below. Now we ended up closing right back above that area. This candle created a bottom wick past the high of that candle. So what are we doing from this area? Chris Davis coming in. Get the hell out of here. Where is he? Chris, what's up, buddy? I don't know if he has his mic. Good to see you, man. Okay, so again, we're in this bearish trend, bouncing off 166 flat, creating these lower lows, lower highs, created this support, and now it looks like we're starting to exhaust a little bit over here. Not to mention, again, keep bouncing off that support. So looking at the 1 hour now, 1 hour, we can adjust this here. Now we have a possible trade that you could be taking with a strong 1 hour close, get the bottom wick formed on this candle. Could we continue up and fill that wick, right? So that's something that I want to see happening over here, where price creates that bottom wick and we continue up. So could you possibly place a stop loss below this candle? Take this as we're passing the high of that candle right there. I just want to look at the 30-minute, and I might end up taking this. Yeah, we're respecting this, passing the high. We got the wick, right? So could we take something like this, where we bring price right back up to this previous resistance over here? As you guys can see now, we ended up respecting these two lows down here, right? We've been pushing down, creating lower lows, lower highs. I actually want to draw this trend line. And look at that. We're starting to break that trend line over here, holding support. We did good by waiting for that 1 hour candle to close, right? And the 30-minute is lining up as well. This is a range, so you got to be careful. Again, it's the first of the month, first day of the week as well. So you guys want to be more patient. But again, this is a good setup, right? This is a good counter trend setup. You wait for multiple things. If you're trading against the trend, what do I always say? You wait for the previous major support to be broken or resistance, depending on which way you're trading. But you wait for a high to be created, price to retest that area, and hold support. So you're basically waiting for a break and retest before trying to call bottoms or call tops. And I definitely think that we could continue this up over here with a fairly clean move over here to the left that you can mirror, at least up into this area. This might be an area that you might want to secure at, right? So I'm just going to do this over here. Lower risk again, just because it's the circumstances of the day and the week. But this could be, again, fundamentals behind this as well. The fact that we are probably pricing in the rate hike towards the end of the week. I think that's Thursday. It's not Friday. I know it's not Friday. Pretty secure this is Thursday. There you go. Bank rate. So they could be pricing that in right now, despite how strong the Japanese yen is. Let's actually go look at the chart for that. Yeah, look at that. Wow. Look at the Japanese yen making higher lows and higher highs. Wow. Take a look at that. All right. So that adds further confluence for sells on GJ. But again, like I said, we may end up ranging, but you could be playing this range. This is a valid range to play because you're breaking the trend, holding support over here and continuing up. But this is a lower risk entry, right? So I hope you take my advice on that and don't get too antsy and try to jump, into let's work. My man, you got a mic by any chance? Wanted to catch up on Saturday. I don't know if you got my message, text message. I wanted to hop on a quick Zoom with you, but I could definitely make some time this week if that's good for you. And we'll step outside. All right, awesome. Yeah, great to have you back, man. Great to have you back. Definitely a shining light in this group. All right, so looking at GJ over here. This is my trade. Nice safe stop loss. Plenty of room to be managing risk over here. Looking at the 15 minute. Rejected this area. And I bet a lot of people got trapped over here. I bet you had inexperienced traders taking a sell right here, right? Ended up getting caught. They had to manage risk. They probably put their stop loss somewhere around here. And then again, the impulse entry, they probably tried taking as this candle held that resistance to continue down. But what we were doing was just waiting for this support to hold if it was going to, and if not, waiting for a nice close below this area to possibly capitalize on a fake out to continue down. But we ended up getting a very strong 15-minute candle close over here, right? So we could possibly end up getting a little retest of this area before continuing up. But I think this is a safe enough stop loss where we can easily manage risk. And again, a low risk entry. I'm risking 1.5% on this. Does this all make sense to you guys?
Yes, sir.
What's up, man?
What up? What's up? How y'all doing? How you doing, Steph?
Doing great, man. Good to hear your voice.
Man, good to hear your voice too, man.
I know you've been if you've met some of the people here. I know you met Sammy, right? You know Sammy?
Yeah, I think I met Carlos, Sammy, T.
Yeah, you I don't think
know
you met
if I
Jamie yet.
Jamie. No, I don't think I met Jamie.
I think you're gonna love Jamie. Jamie brings energy.
Yeah.
Jamie's
I don't know if I met Quentin either, maybe.
Quentin's from France. Quentin's been killing it lately as well. Just with his routine and working out and everything. He's been Quentin, I think you put on 5 pounds of muscle so far? Or kilograms?
Oh, that's big time.
Yeah, it was 5 kilograms or 10 pounds.
Let's go, man.
Yay!
Getting that muscle on.
It worked.
Yeah, I was eating a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, Quinn, this is Chris. He's one of the runners of the fitness channel. Him and his wife, or not wife yet, right? Fiance still, right?
Yeah.
Love it. They run a personal fitness group where they basically just push all their friends and clients that come over. And he was a teacher as well. And now you're added that working with your cousin.
Yeah, yeah. His family friend. Basically, they just his name is Darren Cooper. He just bought a franchise into Mosquito Shield. So I'm basically like just helping him right now. It's just me, him, and he has one of the family cousins from the family. She goes to Maryland, University of Maryland. So she does like the marketing. So
Oh,
you
nice.
know, just helping, family. Just start his franchise, and it's fun. It's fun, it's new. I get to learn, the ins and outs of, a business, starting a business. So it's just good experience for me to have.
Yeah, I mean, you're in at the ground floor of starting
Yeah.
franchise, so that's always great knowledge to be gaining.
Yeah. Definitely.
Just trying to journal, get this one. Okay. So have you been into the charts lately, or kind of slowly getting you back
Yeah,
in?
I've been really trading, but I watch gold all the time, and gold has been moving. I mean, insane.
Oh yeah.
Gold is crazy. So, I just been watching it, just trying to figure, learn gold, I guess relearn it, because I mean it's just it's been moving different, I guess, with everything going on in the economy and the climate. So just relearning gold.
Okay. Good stuff. Been able to like time wise, are you able to like get into the charts, back testing, and kind of getting yourself back into it, or do you have more time, less time?
Yeah, I have a lot more time now. I've been using a lot of my time just really coaching, being with CJ. Like CJ starting football up now.
Oh shit! What position?
So he's playing quarterback, running back, and on defense we got him at corner, and we trying him at free safety, but they got their first scrimmage on Saturday, and we haven't been in full equipment, so we start full equipment today. So
Wow,
yeah,
that's exciting, man. I miss playing. Was he in
yeah.
How old is he?
He's 8, so it's 8U. So you got to take it real slow, with the kids that age. So we starting off full equipment today, and we're gonna have a real light scrimmage. We got another team that we're gonna play against. Real light scrimmage. Just really teaching them the basics, and really at this age is about teaching them the basics and make sure you're protecting them. Because you already know how that is with head injuries and just injuries in general in football. So
I was talking to someone recently saying they really don't have Pop Warner anymore. It's all like age groups now, right?
yeah, yep. It's mostly age groups now, and because a lot of kids was getting hurt, having concussions, and so a lot of it is flag. You start off really with flag football now, and you like gradually bring your kids into full contact, full equipment. That's what the rec centers and the football leagues are starting to do now.
Yeah.
And they got all the new helmets, and so they really trying to protect the children, and that's good. So
Are they doing I know in the NFL they're doing the those new covers over the helmet. Do you notice that? Are they doing that with these kids too?
Yep. So they making the 8. So 8U, I think they stop at 11U, but 8U they make use of that. We even got a 7U. So 7U, 8U, and 9U uses the those head covers that you're talking about.
Okay. I was watching a press conference with Robert Saleh, the head coach of the Jets, and he was bringing up a good point that he feels like these helmet covers are all good spirit, like what they're trying to do with them. What he notices, since camp started, he's noticed the players using their helmets more. So he's afraid that once those come off during the game, that now they're going to be, naturally using their helmets. It's going to be muscle memory. And then also, like, if you're taking them off before, right before a game. And the first time, like, I don't know, did you play football when you were younger?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, I'm in high school.
like, there's an adjustment period because the first time you get hit or you hit somebody, you have that initial shock that it's like, okay, you know, we're back playing again. And
Mhm.
it's like if you're waiting till the game or preseason game to get that feeling, it's just not healthy. Like it's like, I mean, time will tell. We'll see what ends up happening with this because it's all new. But I manage risk over here, by the way, guys. Cut off 50, but yeah, that it was a good point that he was bringing up. Like I said, I think it's all good spirit and what they're trying to do because I think the kids' health is number one, and it's tough to be doing this. Um, you know, in this day and age, younger kids playing football, like the more it comes out about CTE and stuff like that, so you gotta be more careful.
And they, you know, even the rules are different. Like they foul calling. They call almost I mean, the whistle is blowing almost every second. You know, anytime a kid ducks their, you know, put their head down, you know, that's what we got to really deal with a lot with the young kids is them just leading with their heads.
Yeah.
Just teaching them not to lead with their heads. And it's funny you said that about the head cup. It's like, you know, the kids is like they know, especially the ones that's aggressive, that's not really scared. They can feel a difference. They can feel that, oh, it feel a little easier. Like I almost feel nothing with these on.
Yeah.
So especially those kids keeping their head up, but you know the refs is really good, and you just really got to find a good organization.
100%.
That's the biggest thing because a lot of these organizations for the young kids, they got equipment that's 7 years old, 8 years old, and they putting the little kids in that equipment in. So it's just finding the right organization, and you know.
100%. And you like the one he's in?
Yeah. Marshall Heights, and his uncle actually runs it. He's been running it for 10 years. Well, I think 15 years, matter of fact. So almost 20. So he's doing really good with him. So
Good stuff, man. What's he doing with basketball?
Oh, he's doing real good with basketball. You know, that's his favorite. He doing really good with basketball. They lost the championship, and he was real thick about that.
Oh, I bet.
But I mean, they made it this year. I mean, his team had a pretty good team. Had a lot of new players, first year players on his team. But he learned a lot.
That's good.
Yeah, he learned a lot this year, just being a leader and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's most important. Just as long as he's getting the most out of his season, he's growing every. I mean, is he like the leader of the team?
Yeah, he is, and I put him with. So it's a team out here called Triple Threat, and they won nationals 3 years in a row. They even won this year, and so I take him to play, you know, train with those boys, and you know he's never been around a group of kids like Steph. When I tell you these boys is like every kid is, I'm a realist. I played basketball. Like all the kids are better than him. He's never been around a kid that's better than him. So it was like a shock. It was like a complete shock to him. Like the first time I brought him out there, and they invited him to he plays in a All-Stars game because CJ's the best in his area.
Uh-huh.
So they invited him to his All-Star game, and the first time he played, he lost, and he was like, he was devastated, because these kids is doing Euro steps, and they advanced boys, like,
yeah.
Like I train CJ, but I don't make CJ train Monday through Sunday. Like I still let him be a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And these boys is pretty advanced, and it kind of like almost woke him up. Like he be wanting to wake up at 5 a.m. with me and work out because he don't like the fact that his kids out there better than. But I told him that's what life is. I said it's always gonna be somebody better. So if you want to break that curve, you got to keep working.
I don't think I have to tell you you're doing the right thing. But you know, when I was a kid, I was in the Shore Wrestling group, right? And you know, it was a good group. Like we were all right. But Long Branch, a town over, we were in West Long Branch. Long Branch ended up when I got into high school and everything, they were winning states every single year in wrestling. But when I was a kid, my mom would take me over to the Long Branch practices. I would practice with them after the Shore practice. So that's where I was getting really good. And you know, years later, I ended up going to region. But like when I was in high school, I had to wrestle 25 pounds up. I was only 170 in high school. I was wrestling 195, but I ended up going to regions at 195 just because my mental attitude from doing that as a kid strengthened me and got me ready for that. So you're doing the right thing, and we'll talk about this more on our one-on-one Zoom. But so happy to have you back. You know, this is you know, we're gonna have a nice strong finish to the year and get you in a good spot for the you know, January of 2023.
Definitely.
All right, brother. All right, guys. So as you guys know, I manage risk. Stop loss is in a great spot right now. We are we are ranging over here because again, we have a weak a strong Japanese yen, kind of a weak Great Britain pound right now, but at the same time, I think that we're bouncing off a nice technical area, right? In these areas over here, we're trying to play this bounce over here as we've seen many times in the past, and that's what we're capitalizing on. We're trading based on the 1 hour. We're trading based on the 4 hour, the 30-minute, right? The higher time frames. We're not trying to be heroes or anything like that. We're waiting for candles to close. Nice impulse entry on the 1 hour after the 1 hour closed. So we're just now, like I said, I managed risk over here with this rejection. I didn't like this, but I closed 50 and now I could just let the rest run, right? I know that I did the right thing. I stuck to my rules, discipline, and that's it, right? So we're just going to wait and see how this thing plays out. I don't like the rejection over here again, like I said. So we'll see how this 30-minute ends up closing. And we'll see what ends up happening. Do we get a nice rejection of this support again? But again, the 15-minute looks good, right? Or looked good with this close over here. But again, we're rejecting this area, failing to continue back up. So I may end up closing the full thing depending on how this 30-minute closes. But I want to see if we end up rejecting this support again. Right here. This area. All right, so we're going to go over to gold as long as nobody has any more questions over here. You guys all good? Is anybody else in this as well? No, everyone's good? All right, cool. So moving over to gold now. You know I have the historical levels over here. Gold on the monthly ends up closing a strong bearish candle, but guess what? We bounced off 1680 and then rejected 1750 over here. So now we're right back in the middle of the zone over here on gold, right? Right back in the middle of that. But we did break and close below our trend line over here, multi-year trend line since 2019 over here that we've been pushing up. You can see it on the lower time frames a little bit better. But we got a strong bearish close with a wick to fill. Again, this was I think this was just a technical bounce possibly off of 1680 because we bounced off multiple times over here to the left. I think that was just a technical bounce along with the fundamentals of, or the sentiment of the Fed coming out last week saying, getting a little bit more dovish, right? A little bit more standoffish of tighter monetary policy. They want to take it meeting by meeting basis. That's exactly what Powell was saying last week. So that's kind of what added some optimism into the markets, knowing that maybe they're going to slow down the tightening. And that's where you got this bounce over here. Again, technical and fundamental. That's where both of them come in and why both are important. So now this candle already has a bottom wick so far, and it's flipping bullish, right? So let's see where we're going here on gold. Looking at the weekly, again, beautiful. Every single time you see this bounce of 1680 over here, strong bullish moves, right? Strong bullish moves. Nice rejection right here. Now we're doing the same exact thing, continuing back up. We ended up getting a strong weekly candle close last week over here. Bottom wick formed over here on this candle, and we already passed the high of the previous. So where are we going to end up heading up? Looking at the daily now. Daily, we were creating higher lows, right? 1680, as you guys know, very strong level. Since tapping 1680, higher lows, and now higher highs. So we'll see. Price ends up closing above 1750. Bottom wick formed past the high, strong close. Bottom wick formed past the high. Where are we heading from here? And where could we possibly tap into? We're now approaching this previous support over here to the left over here. But again, I think our next area, I would say psychological level, and then previous rejection here to the left of 1780 over here. Price is just heading out, clean move to the left over here that we could be mirroring. Looking at the 4 hour. Hour, creating these higher lows, right? Higher lows, higher lows. We have this previous support turn resistance right here, and price ends up closing a bullish candle. End up putting this like somewhere around this area. I actually just put it right there. Ended up holding that support, higher low, strong bullish close, bottom wick formed past the high of that candle. So that's a nice 4 hour formation over here. Now we're approaching that 200 EMA on the 4 hour. Not that that's that important, but right now we are pushing through it. And you have this resistance here to the left on the 4 hour as well that we're now pushing through. And then again, our next area, I would say, is 1780 over here. Look at the 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour. This is a little bit clearer now. You have, again, that close above that resistance, but then a close above this resistance here to the left, right? You got a clean move to the left, at least up to 1780. We could very well push through 1780 as well, but I could see us rejecting that with that support to the left over there. But you got a clean move. You get the close above that area, right? Oh, 1780 right there. So we get a clean close above the area. Now price came back down, closed bearish over here. Are we going to get a deeper pullback into this resistance over here to the left and then continue up? Or are we going to hold support right here and continue up from here? Right? Two possibilities that can happen. Or we could very well drop into this area and continue down. But everything tells us that gold should be continuing up over here to start the week and start the month. So looking at the 30-minute, right now, you ended up getting that rejection of 1774. Again, clean move to the left over here. Nice clean candle. These are the ranges you want to be trading in. Let's see where. Keep that there. I want to see if we get a 30-minute close, which we are in about a minute. Right? So with this close right here, clean move to the left. If you get a strong 30-minute close, bottom wick forms, and we pass the high of that candle, could price possibly continue up from here? Again, we started the morning off with a strong bullish candle right there. You just wait for this candle to close, which we did. Wait for the bottom wick on this candle, which it's forming. If we pass the high of that candle, could very well end up taking it. Again, realize the situation of our trading right now. First day of the month, first day of the year, or first day of the week. You may want to take it easy on this, but this is a nice setup that you could possibly be taking. Anybody have any questions on that? Just gonna move this right there. Got that support so far. My thing is looking at the 1 hour. The 1 hour obviously is going to close in 30 minutes. This candle ends up closing a strong bearish candle. This one created a top wick. Could we be flipping bearish? Like, could we end up rejecting this area as a whole? I could very well see this happening as well and getting a deeper pullback because we get a strong bearish candle close. Could this candle continue down past the low of that candle, continue down? That would have the 1 hour candle flip bearish And then this is good for you guys because now you get the deeper pullback and you're buying lower and selling, buying lower and that's it. And taking this thing up, it should be a better situation. You just have to wait a little bit longer, which a lot of people don't like to do, but we do. Yeah, you ended up getting that 15-minute bearish candle close right here. So maybe you wait for the 1 hour to close. See if it actually closes bullish. We'll definitely be monitoring this. So you got to be able to understand both sides of the trade, all the possibilities of this trade as well, and not marry any of your biases. Sound good, guys?
Yes, sir.
There he is. What's up, Jamie?
All good.
Jamie, I don't think you've met Chris yet.
No, I told you Chris was the final nail in the coffin for me as to why when you and I spoke on Zoom, why I decided you were the mentor to be. That gold story. He's the one that was the teacher, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. That whole that story about you losing I forget, was it $4,000, $5,000 when you lost that money and traded back.
That was the podcast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good podcast. A lot of people know who you are after that one.
Oh man. Well, thanks to that. Thanks to you, Steph. But nice to meet you, Jamie.
Nice to meet you, brother.
My son, he's 2 years old. His name is Jamie. My father.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I had a feeling you guys are gonna get along just well. So monitoring this GJ trade over here again, you get that 15-minute close, another 15-minute rejection, which I didn't like. But this 15-minute candle ended up closing a bullish doji, rejecting this level again, right? So could we be creating a bottom wick here on the 15-minute, passing the high of that candle and continuing up? Possibility as well, right? But I already managed this risk. I already closed 50 over here with us rejecting that level. The main thing that you guys want to keep an eye on and concentrate on is capital preservation and keeping your profits, right? Understanding the day, understanding the beginning of the month, that you're not trying to like force any kind of trade today. You're trying to save your profits from last month and build on them. Just smart decisions. That's all, right? It's not that hard. It's simple. It's not easy, but it's not that hard either. It's just being able to control your emotions and know that emotions are always going to be a part of every single decision, but being able to keep them out as much as you can, lowering the percentage of that decision that you're making, lowering the percentage of emotions involved, and just adding logic. More logic, less emotion. All right, looking at gold again, getting more of a retracement. 30-minute candles pushing down over here. Like I said, we could get that further pullback, right? And this is what I'm possibly looking for here. If we do break below that area, price continuing down here, and then we end up getting the move up here, or we end up holding that support here and end up continuing up from here. So now what we like to do, Jamie, or not Jamie, Chris, one thing that we started doing was personal breakdowns on the charts. So like everyone will volunteer if they want to, break down the chart. And then what you guys can do is draw your levels on the chart. Let me know where exactly you'd like them. And I'll, basically annotate on the chart. And then I'll draw the levels. And then I'll basically correct where I think the correct levels should be. And or unless it's a perfect breakdown. But you guys start to gain more and more confidence doing that over time. I would say just a course of a week. If you volunteer almost every day doing it, you start to see the confidence. I'm sure you guys can all attest to that. All right, who wants to do the first one?
Oh, I'll jump in, but give me a minute here. My printer's printing.
Okay. Sounds good. Anybody else? I know, Chris, you're probably on your phone, right?
Yeah, I'm on my phone. I guess I can talk maybe. you through it. What I
I
see
mean,
on.
you can most definitely mark off or give me a price that you want the levels at. This is actually good. I can see gold continuing up over here. Let's see the one out.
So just from what I've been watching gold, I've been noticing really before, that 830, it likes to do these massive pullbacks. Like it'll show us that it's going in one direction, and then it'll just pull back massively. So I like the markup you have with the red line, it going to that 67, 67, 68 area, and then creating that, that previous resistance at 1768.
17. Yep, right here.
Yep, that previous, it was, that was kind of like a resistant area, and that, it turned into a support area, because that's a big 1 hour candle. It just blasted straight through it.
Yeah.
And if that resistance can turn into support, that'll give me confidence, especially around 8:30, 8:39, and it start to create that support on the lower time frames. And, just like how we watch the 30-minute, how it, creates that bottom wick and then passes that high. If it starts to do that on the 15 and 30-minute, that'll make me more comfortable to enter a buy. So a big pullback will make me more comfortable to enter a buy.
So this is a no trade range for you.
Yeah, that's a no trade range. Unless I see a hourly candle closing above that resistance, that that'll give me more confidence. How you got the green, coming back and then going back to retest. That'll give me confidence if I see an hourly candle closing above that. But it seems, just from me just watching gold, it seems like every resistance and support is holding strong, like, and it'll give you a pullback, but it'll go in that direction, after 9, even a 10 a.m. candle will go, in the direction of the London 4 hour. But that's them pullbacks I feel like are happening a lot on gold, like heavily, like
it's nuts.
Almost in seconds. I mean, sometimes in seconds, sometimes it's even in a 1 minute candle, like it'll just retrace in either direction. Like it'll retrace 60 pips, 50 pips on a 1 minute candle. Like, so I've been trying to be a little careful on gold.
There you go. Now you've been just live back testing that. You've been watching it, in the market, or you've been mainly.
So I've been live back testing. I've also been helping. Noel's mom is getting into trading, so I've been helping her. So we've been, doing, how you basically started me, the 1 cent, 5 cents. I've been doing those lots with her, and just through helping her, I've been watching gold. Like, man, it's been, we took some small losses because we traded 1 cent, but we was trading big. How it's been retracing. We could have took massive losses, if I was, still trading how I was trading. So I'm really just being real patient and just trying to learn gold and trying to learn with her. And she's actually doing good. Last week, we was in a trade. Well, she was in a trade. I haven't been trading. She did a 5 cent. She got 100 pips, $50.
Nice. I bet she was pumped.
Huh?
I bet she was pumped.
Oh man, she lost it. And like maybe like a couple weeks ago, she
lost it.
No, a couple weeks ago she did like a 10 cent, and I didn't even know she did a 10 cent. Like she kind of just took it, I thought she did a 5 cent. She did a 10 and got another 100 pips, and she got $100. So she like, it's, to her, it's insane that she could click a button and it could make her $100 in, an hour or 30 minutes. Somebody that has been an entrepreneur and worked in 9 to 5,
Yeah.
It feels good. It feels good to, help somebody that's, new to it. And she loves it. Like, she studies hard. you know, and it's, you know, just to see her actually get profits. I mean, she's been trading for no more than 4 months.
Wow,
And she's got 100 pips twice.
that's amazing.
You
I
know,
think we've all kind of been through that. Let me actually put the video over here. It looks like I'm not even looking at it. What's it called? I think we've all been through that phase of realizing the fact that we could just press a button and make money, and how astonishing that is to us. And you know, all really happens in the beginning. Also, like with her, hitting that, you know, 50 pips, 100 pips, or $50, $100. Like a lot of times in the beginning, you need those little wins to keep you going. Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard in the beginning to stick with it if you keep taking loss after loss after loss. But I love the fact that you're starting around lower lots so that you're taking the lumps, you're taking the bumps in the beginning of the road with small money. You're not losing a lot of money. A lot of successful traders have lost a lot of money in the beginning just by risking too much while they're taking those lumps in the beginning and learning their system and all that stuff, just because they're so focused on making money. So if she can stay patient, which is the name of the game right now, actually ever, she's going to be in a good spot. If she's disciplined, waiting for setups, journaling the trades that she's taking as well, diagnosing them, trying to figure out what she could have done better. She does that every single time. She's going to be in good hands. I'm sure she's in great hands with you, and I'm glad you're helping her out. But yeah, I don't think we ever lose that feeling of, you know, I never take it for granted the fact that we could sit on a computer and make money like this. I think it's amazing.
it is. It truly is for real. It is.
Just as amazing as being able to just like connect with people around the world. Like Jamie's down in Florida, you're in Maryland. We got Quinn in East France. We got Carlos down in New Orleans. Right now, he's actually in Maryland as well. I don't know, Carlos, where exactly are you?
I'm in DC.
DC.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where you are, right, Davis? Chris?
Yeah, I'm in Greenbelt. I'm 15 minutes, you know, from DC. I mean, CJ played at Marshall Heights in DC, so I mean, we close. We need to link up, Carlos. Do a little workout.
Oh man, it would have been badass, but it's my last day.
Oh, it's your last day.
Yeah, I've been.
He's going back home tonight, which, you know, is good for him because he's getting back in his rhythm, which is always good. You know, I just went to Cyprus with my family, with my wife, took my wife over there, met my family and stuff like that. And I just, you know, towards the end of that trip, I couldn't wait to get back because I just want to get back into my routine. So definitely know exactly where he's sitting. But that would have been cool for you guys to link up. I'm linking up with Jamie next week when he comes up here for a business trip. So we're going to get a little lunch and all that stuff.
That's good. That's good.
Sir, what's up, Paul?
Going to Cyprus.
Oh, someone say something?
No, I said I remember you speaking about taking your wife to Cyprus.
Yeah, man. It was such a great trip. Hot, very hot. But you know, that's what you gotta expect in the Mediterranean in July. It's that sun is unforgiving. Like and not only that, but you don't get a break. Like there's no clouds. I didn't see a cloud in 2 weeks. So like it's just sun beating down on you all day long. Like I remember we were going to these cliffs to go diving and all that stuff, but we left everything at the beach. I had to go down to the beach to get everything and then bring it back up to our apartment. And I did a run. I wanted to run and, you know, get a little workout in. I came back, I was drenched. Like it looked like I jumped in the pool. Crazy sun over there. But anyway, we are struggling through this little range over here on gold.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see the 30-minute. So 30-minute again is sitting in this range. We have this rejection right over here. We did create a bottom wick and passing the high of that candle, but again, like Chris was just saying, could be getting that pullback to continue up. GJ so far is looking good. Like I said, nice safe stop loss. You're not putting it too close where prices come down and take you out, or you're micromanaging the trade where price is getting too close to your stop loss, and then all of a sudden you're out of the trade and now price is starting to go in the direction. I want to see how the hourly closes here. Looks like we got that little pullback on the hourly. This looks good so far. Again, it's a counter trend trade, but we waited for all of our confirmations while taking it. 4-hour candle ended up closing bullish. Bottom wick formed past the high of that candle. So can we be continuing up to the top of this resistance over here after breaking the bearish trend since 166, bouncing off that 161, 162 level, right, on the daily? How many rejections have we gotten from this level, right? Got one right here, resistance, and then we bounced off that level hard, bounced off this level hard, and now could we be doing the same thing with a potential rate hike of 50 basis points to continue us up here? What's up, Lewis? Got Lewis and Paul that just came in. What's up, boys?
Good morning, guys.
How are you, buddy?
Morning.
Good, bro. How are you guys? What's going on? You guys in that trade already?
Yes, we broke down the economic calendar for the week. Nice NFP week this week, and then what's it called? We executed on a GJ trade. I don't know if you just grabbed or heard my breakdown real quick, but we ended up rejecting this area right over here. We've been creating lower lows and lower highs in this range, but at the same time on the daily, we've been ranging, right? And we ended up rejecting 166 up here 3 times, right? And got this nice push. We capitalized on a lot of this, most of it, I think from right here all the way back down to 162, where we capitalized on that entire move last week. Now we're possibly going to be able to capitalize on this bounce off the support to get some kind of a push up. All right, so looking at the 4-hour now, got the 4-hour close, bottom wick rejection, liquidity grab over here past the high of that candle, and price is continuing up. 1-hour candle, we waited for, because what we were doing, actually, no, let me just stay on the 1 hour and then I'll show you the lower time frames. We waited for this 1-hour candle for a reason, because we had some iffy price action around this area, right? 1-hour candle closed. We had a bottom wick rejection, right? We had a bottom wick formed first. It's not like we just entered as soon as we passed the high. We got the bottom wick and then we passed the high of that candle. I'm anticipating a fill of this wick and at least a move up into this resistance right here, where maybe I'll secure around 162, 400, right? But then what happened was we got the bottom wick, past the high of that candle. Then this candle started retracing back down over into this area where if you look at the 15-minute now, more so in the 30, I was managing on the 30. We were starting to come back deep hard, rejecting this level again. And again, we are on that downtrend. So I ended up managing risk and just taking off 50 at 14 pips. And now I have a safe enough stop loss below these wicks right here, where you're not going to panic, right, with a tighter stop loss. Nice safe stop loss, looking for a price to tap into 162, 600 up here, this previous resistance. But the reason we waited for the 1-hour candle to close is because this candle created that top wick, past the low of that candle, and I think a lot of people probably got trapped right there. Then if you look at the 15-minute, you had nice bearish price action. This could have been like a fake out. Price created a nice top wick, past the low of this candle right here, and I think a lot of people probably got trapped right there, getting impatient. Then all of a sudden we get this rejection of this resistance right here with a strong bearish candle. This candle past the low of that candle, past the low of this candle. A lot of people probably got trapped on that as well. Right. So what we did was we just waited for this 1-hour candle to close. And once it did, got the one bottom rejection past the high of that candle. And this again is where if you're going to take a counter trend trade, you wait for a resistance support to form, previous support or previous resistance to break, retest, and then you can take price out.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Awesome. Great job on the what's it called? Backtesting session the other day too. You took that trade with us on US 30.
Yeah, that was good.
That was a good one.
That was a good practice.
So we guys, we did a backtesting session. I'm going to put it on YouTube for you so you guys could go back and watch. We traded US 30 and we each took a 1% trade and we were able to gain around 6.5% So 3 of us took a 1% trade. So we were able to get basically a 2-to-1 ratio right there, so that we can, it was on the way down. Like I said, I'll post it on YouTube so you guys can go back and watch. We just did one session on a Monday just because we were trying to figure out Soft4fx was acting up on us. But it was a good, nice little session. Going back to gold now. Again, we keep rejecting that level. It's a good call by Chris. By the way, I don't know, Lewis, you haven't met Chris yet, and Paul, you know Chris, right?
What?
How you doing, Lewis? How you doing, Paul?
What up? What up?
Paul, do you know? Have you met Chris?
I don't know.
You may
I
have.
don't think so.
Nice to meet you, Chris. You new? You just today's first day or what?
Sorry, what was that, Lewis?
He just it's his first day?
No. Chris has been in the group for a while. He just took a little break. He was able to leave his job teaching. He's actually done really well trading. He was able to buy an engagement ring, go to Mexico with his profits. And then, that's just the beginning for him. But nice, disciplined dude. He'll be running the fitness channel again, getting us all pumped up. I'll be competing with you in there, and he's back to trading.
Listen, don't kill the old man, bro. Do not kill the old man.
Jamie's
Try not to. We gonna work though.
What's going on, Jamie?
What's going on, Lewis?
All right. So, who wants to break down the chart?
Let me jump in because I'm part of a 2-man team now, so the boss is already pinging me for the morning. So let me jump in and do my breakdown.
I got you. All right. Pair?
EJ, brother. I'm gonna stick with my old girl.
That's good, man. All right. Just let me know how scaled and zoomed in or out you want it.
Yep, you are good right about there.
All right. Ready when you are, buddy.
All right. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mark the current support and current resistance.
Okay.
So you can see clearly we have resistance here.
Okay.
We have a support here.
Okay.
And then we have an area that I want to take note of that is right here. And we'll adjust this zone as we go further down. But that's right here. And behind my rationale, as you can clearly see, we have resistance. We broke, held support, came back down below, came back up, tapped it, huge move away, came back up again, tapped the resistance, moved away, held this support, and now we broke through. So now in my mindset on the monthly level, what are we doing? Well, we're coming back down to this area of support again. Are we going to be able to hold it and continue up? Or are we going to break through it, rattle around in this area before coming back down? So we can see that right now we're around that 144 level, which is also a psych level, but we've also surpassed 140. So the banks are definitely taking note up here because you can see that we've had some areas where either profits have been taken or we've held a very strong resistance area.
Yes, sir. So I'll mark that off for you right up here. And then we could drag that to the left if you like.
Yes, sir.
And also to add to that confluence as well, again, with Japan keeping very weak monetary policy, you've had higher lows being formed here on EJ as well. So could we get one right here to continue up? Or maybe even a deeper pullback to then continue up?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it would be nice to see if we can run up to here, because if you can measure from here to this area for me.
Of course. 2,000 pips.
Almost 2,000 pips. I mean, you can see this traffic. If we can mirror this traffic going up, there's nothing stopping us. Yep. Once we get above this high,
yep,
all clean. So definitely want to see, especially like you said, with the the yen being as weak as it is, the euro continues to increase interest rates, strengthen the euro. We're off to the races.
Yeah. Yep. And not only that, but you got a nice high that was just created after breaking that resistance. You get a nice monthly clean candle right here that came right back down to that previous resistance that you could possibly mirror. If we hold a support, I could see us consolidating in this area and then continuing up. So let's see what we got on the lower time frame.
Mhm.
Good job so far. All right. Zoom in, zoom out.
You're good right where you're at. So we can clearly see we had a level of resistance and support here, and we'll adjust that. It's a little, cockeyed there. But that's an area I definitely want to keep an eye on. We formed resistance, held support, broke below it. We've come back into this support that we had on the higher time frame. So are we going to be able to come back up, retest, and continue on doing that? Arrow look a little crazy there. Do this. Or are we going to be able to do this and come back down? The good thing right now is on this weekly, we have a nice bottom wick rejection here. So we're holding the levels, but are we going to be able to hold it all the way through? We have NFP on Friday, that always rattles the markets, and we have some other European news that's coming in. But like you said, we're holding higher lows all the way up. So we should be able to continue that trend and at least come back up to this level.
Beautiful. Is there any way that you want to adjust this any word that you would like to adjust that or thin it out?
Yeah, I'd like to thin it out, bring it to the bottom of that one and to the top of this one.
Hey.
So just kind of in between those two.
Shit, man. Good shit. So now where could price be coming back down into?
So we can expect price at least come back down to here. I'm going to retap this zone. We had a quick liquidity grab here, fake out. So is price going to attempt to do the same thing and then move up? Or are we just going to do this?
Yes, sir. Beautiful. All right, daily. I didn't mean to clear your drawing.
Nope, you're good. Yeah, TradingView decided it wants to hang up this morning.
There you go.
All right. So let's take this zone and move it up to the top here.
Cool.
My arrow. That's what they hit that line. Now we can take this one and kind of move it up to here. And there we go. All right, now there's an area in here that I'd like to keep an eye on. Because we've had this resistance, broke through and held support here, and we have support here as well.
Nice. Now, fundamentally, why are we getting this pullback?
That's a good question. I'll be honest with you, I have not paid much attention to the euro fundamental news. I know that the yen is continued to weaken.
Strength.
We've had some monetary policy, where they've actually come out and say they have no plans of increasing interest rates on the yen, which is interesting. But you know what? So one, let me take a step back. There's one person that came out that is, I forgot what the guy's name, that I guess they're trying to elect him into the cabinet or move him into the cabinet, who says that in order for the yen to really be viable long term, they actually need to increase the interest rates on. They need to strengthen the yen. And I cannot remember that guy's name. I saw it on Financial Juice.
Okay.
And then I think you spoke about it last week one time, where this guy has a different mindset when it comes down to the policy of the yen. So he doesn't like the traditional weakening of it. He doesn't like for it to stay weak. He said we actually need to strengthen the yen in order for this to actually be viable long term.
So great answer. With him, it was interesting because that's what we were kind of expecting. And he could possibly be doing so. We see that further strengthening of the yen. But when he came out with his first speech, it wasn't as hawkish as we thought it'd be. It was kind of keeping the same tone. But he's written a book on stronger monetary policy of where he thinks Japan should be going. He's basically the only hawk in the in the bank right now. So that was interesting to me as well. So I'm glad you brought that up. But right now, the reason we're getting this pullback over here is obviously you got European. Europe right now is in a tough spot when it comes to the Ukrainian war and all that stuff. But right now we got that strength in the Japanese yen. which is pulling us back right now. That's the main mover, right? But also you have the weak euro, or not weak euro, but the more recently with the daily over here, you have the PMI coming out. All the PMI data, all not missing, all missing the mark, or basically exactly as expected or previous. But you see the previous couple of months of PMI have all been in the decline, basically the past year, right? So not much manufacturing coming out of Europe. They're in such as tough of a spot as the US, as Great Britain, as any of these other countries right now. They're in a tough spot. The only reason we've been heading up over here really is because of the weak Japanese yen. But now that you got that strong yen right now, you're getting this pullback.
And now that you bring that up, there was something that came out, I think it was a week or two ago, where I posted in the group where they said because of the cut of natural gas in the European Union, that they actually expect for it to cause a reduction in GDP over the next year or so. So depending on how tight gas supplies get, we could see the GDP, the economy, the GDP overall shrink for the European Union. So that's going to be very interesting to watch as well.
100%. When oil is that high and it's harder for businesses to transport goods, that's where you start to see the economy. Every single recession that the U.S. has ever hit, you all see oil above $100. So that's an interesting tidbit for you to keep in mind. It's interesting. Okay, so looking at the daily, do we want to do anything different, or do we already?
Well, there is one that we added, but there's another area here that I just want to keep an eye on. Only because we could see where price broke through, came back up, tapped that resistance, tapped that support, created resistance, broke above, came back down, retested that support again. So we can see it kind of rattling around in here, but then we've had this recent resistance with this huge top wick rejection.
Sure. Beautiful. All right, 4 hour.
All right, so let's see what we have here. Perfect. Okay, so in the 4 hour, we can see that we have a couple of different areas that we kind of need to pay attention to. We've moved through them cleanly, but we have a support area here, slight support area here. So you can see as we were going down, and as a matter of fact, do me a favor, Steph, can you add a 4 hour trend line from here to here, please?
Beautiful.
So just so you guys know, one of the things I told Steph I wanted to do, because I have a bad habit of counter trading, I wanted to make sure that I stick to the 4 hour trend. Because as scalpers, it's nice to know the daily, the monthly, the weekly levels, and the overall bias. But because of the way we scalp, the 4 hour and the daily is kind of where we need to play. So for me, the 4 hour is actually where I need to be. And I have a bad habit of trading against it. So I've added a 4 hour trend line just to keep me visually seeing where the 4 hour is going. And as you can see, just by looking at it, we've had lower highs all the way down. Okay. We're breaking the lows as we're going down. And we've created another lower low here, another lower high coming back up. So you can see the process just repeating over and over and over again. Yep. All right. So in this case, on the 4 hour chart, we have a lower low here that we created that price is coming back up to retest right now, creating resistance. So because we've already passed through these previous levels, I'm not going to focus too much on it, except Steph, can you move this zone up to here for me, please?
Good job.
Okay. And then, we have that area here. So there is a zone here, and I'm not going to highlight it too much, but if price breaks back above this area, does a retest, this is the next zone that we could possibly hesitate at, only because we had a lower low that we created here, came back up and created resistance, retesting that previous zone. So what I can expect if price happens to break above this current area is for price to come up, hesitate, kind of do a stutter step, and then tap into this area again. But we need some sort of fundamental to actually push us through to change the overall direction. Right now, with us being this bearish on the way down, I expect us to kind of come back down, tap into this area, do a retest, and then if we can continue with the volume, push all the way through.
Great job, dude. Yeah, there's it looks like Chris at the lead. So every time we create a new low, what do you kind of see happening? Also, not to mention, great job with the trend line right here. if you do this, got a nice channel right there. So now when we're coming down to create these trend lines over here, could we possibly be exhausting this downtrend move over here and get a further pullback to come into these areas, or like you just said, into these areas to then continue down? Not to mention, let's take a look at the price to the left. What do we got right here?
Yeah, we have this area of support here that we held that was previous resistance in here. And when you drag that all the way over, you could see this is a very strong zone that price has actually been at.
Sure. So if you're paying attention to these trend lines here, this is what I call a key area, right? Where you get the trend line and a previous support, and this is the 4 hour. So that's a strong support. Could we be bouncing off that area to continue up? We are bearish, so that's your main bias, right? So you're not gonna try to call the bottom, and I know you're not doing that, but I know you're not gonna try to call that bottom and just take a blind buy right here, right? Where a lot of people do. They'll just bank on the key area and then think price gonna bounce out that area. Wait for certain things to happen. But if you look at the 1 hour, what do you see happening from here?
Yeah, right now you can see we're actually in a consolidation zone. So when you look at price, we've had rejection wicks to the bottom side. You can call them liquidity grabs as well. We've had top wick rejections as well. So this zone that we marked off is holding. We've also had some indecision candles in here. We've had some slight weak closes in here. So we've had a little of everything in this area. So, but we had two beautiful bearish engulfing candles, strong candles that brought us all the way down to that zone. So now, are we going to rattle around in here the rest of the week, waiting for NFP and any other fundamental news that'll come out that could possibly push us down? Or because of the way this level is held historically, we may actually, like I said, exhaust this bearish move and start to go back up again and do something like this.
Yeah, absolutely. So safe buys, you would say retest right here?
Yep.
Okay, where would you take those buys up to?
So my first area would be about here. And the reason why is we've had this hesitation. We have this little area in here, but you can see we broke above it, we broke below it, we wicked above it again. But this is the first area that we really held. We had this huge top wick rejection, which tapped back into this area, this previous area of support here. So for me, I would take it up to at least here, expecting that price will hesitate here. So this is probably my partial area, and then with a full TP here. Now, if we can break above this level, then like I said, we're off to the races. So what we could actually do is do, let's say 60% partial here. We get to this level and hesitate. We can either close full or we can wait and see if we'll actually break through. And I know that's big, but come back up to this area of resistance and then set ultimate TP for a pair. So we can do one of Seth's famous trades where he cancels the TP, minimizes the risk, and let the runner run. And let's see if it actually hits this resistance area.
Yes, sir. But always secure at that TP. Right?
Always. Yeah, I've done a couple of those trades where I just like, oh, it's gonna go, and it does this, and then poof. I've had enough of that crap.
The greed kicks in, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Great job. 30-minute, not much different, huh?
Not much different. I mean, the only thing difference on the 30 is, you can see that this was a higher low that they created when they left here, another higher low, but then we stopped here. This actually, if you look at it, was your double top.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. And once we broke the neckline, we had a very strong move away from it. So it actually just kind of came back up, didn't have enough momentum to push us all the way up to this resistance area to retest it one more time. So it just kind of stalled and then rolled over. And this is one of the things that I've started seeing more and more, where price will test, retest, it will try again, but it'll stall and then come on, roll over. So if anybody took a buy on this, you got screwed, because this was the limitation of the trade right back up into this area.
100%. The great breakdown, dude. You're getting better and better. I'm sure you're more and more confident, right?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So sells, You need to see a close below this area and possibly a retest to continue down to 134.
Yep. I need to see this before I would take a sell. And if I'm gonna take a buy, I need to see this.
Cool. Simple. Oh man. Didn't catch up on much sleep this weekend. Okay, so we'll mark that up. Anybody else want to do a breakdown? There's a better way to ask. Anybody else want to get better?
There you go.
I'll give it a try.
My man. There you go, Carlos. Which pair do you want to go for?
I'll go with UJ.
UJ. Nice. You want to break down? Actually, do I have it in the watch list? Yes, I do. All right.
All right, cool. So we're in a monthly. See, it looks like it's bearish. Like the previous month closed bearish. And if you could zoom in or zoom out a little bit, zoom in.
Yes, sir. Actually, if you don't mind, let me just go over to GJ real quick and let you guys know what I'm thinking over here. So we keep rejecting this level right here, right? Which I don't like, right? So this is a trade, again, beginning of the week, beginning of the month. I'm probably just going to close this full thing here. Depending on, let me see. Actually, you know, we're still creating higher lows. Yeah, I already kept 50, so I'm just going to let it go. Let's see what ends up happening. Safe enough stop loss. If price starts coming back below and closing below this level here, then I'll cut it off. But we keep rejecting that area, but we are holding a higher low as well. So we're going to continue this out. We're going to let it go. If this was my full risk, I'd be cutting 50 off from that right now after we keep rejecting that level. All right. So you'd like to zoom in, Carlos?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, for sure. So it looks like the monthly has already like created a wick, a top wick.
Yep.
So maybe if I could get like a zone like around here.
Like that?
Yeah, that's cool.
Awesome.
And then
Yeah,
I
I'm
was,
not a GJ, by the way.
oh, okay.
Yep. It's just rejecting right over here again. So close the full thing. Sorry.
That's cool.
Just want to break this down for you so you guys understand what I'm doing. Close the full after further 14 pips. Capital preservation. Sure. All right, and you would like another level where, Carlos?
Like right. Let me get this. Like right here, because you know, maybe on the monthly, it's possible that we could be holding some sort of support.
Okay.
And then
those previous wicks.
yeah. Then I'll go back to the weekly.
Okay. And then if we just zoom out on the monthly over here, is there any level that could be matching up that we could be rejecting 136 with?
Probably like this level right here.
I'm saying like this high up here back in 2002. We're basically like rejecting this whole area. So you'd be able to just get rid of that real quick. and that gives you further confidence that like or confluence that rejected that level. We ended up pushing all the way up to like 140 area, maybe 139, and ended up rejecting this level and closing below that level again. Right. And then how about where price was pushing up from this area, right? And then you get this wick right here. So do we have any area here to the left, like per se right here, that we could be pushing up from? You see that over to the left?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Beautiful.
Yeah, for sure.
You see how like you feel better when we're doing this? And I'm just calling a few things out for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Good shit, man. I mean, these breakdowns, I know you guys don't want to do them. I understand. Like, you don't want to be breaking down charts in front of everyone if you're not 100% confident. But if you could swallow your pride, judgment-free zone, this is where you get better every single day. Doing this, volunteering every day, you guys are going to get better, I promise. So marking up levels is one of the most important things to do because it could make or break your trading day, right? You could have the wrong levels. All of a sudden, you're taking a loss where you didn't even have to. You could have been more patient. So down to the weekly for Carlos.
So right here on the weekly, like in my eyes, everything looks pretty clean. Like, I don't think I would do any levels on a weekly.
Okay.
Unless probably like just maybe add some up here.
So good.
Yeah, levels look clean. And then I will go down to the daily.
Sounds good.
Probably just adjust this one right here. This level, like this level right here. Probably pull it up some.
Which one?
This one right here.
Pull it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, perfect.
I'm just going to adjust the one that I drew over here for you.
So that looks pretty good to me.
Okay.
Clean levels. I mean, this looks like it's consolidating right here, maybe.
There you go. They're good.
Yeah, perfect.
Nice. So yeah, you got a range in here, right?
Right.
Give you support, resistance. We ended up breaking through and closing below that area, retesting it right here, passing low the previous, and then mirroring the move to the left. And then also we rejected that level here to the left multiple times as well. And then right here held support.
Like right here in the 4 hour, possibly like, I'm looking to the left side and maybe get like a zone right here.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, like on a 4 hour, like personally, everything just looks, everything looks good as well. Maybe, yeah, maybe just pull, like maybe add, like bring this zone, like bring it to like over here.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, and like this will be like my no trade range, like this area right here.
Okay.
And probably like get it like another zone right here.
Okay. How does 132.5 look for you?
Yeah, because it looks like it was creating some sort of resistance, or like holding some sort of price right here.
Yes. No, I was saying 132.500 right here.
Oh, okay.
And then you got this wick right here, and then this wick came right into that area as well. Remember, this is the 4 hour. So you have, you know that this wick right here is a support. You know, this wick is a resistance. This support right here is a major support on the lower time frames.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Awesome. At the 1 hour. So now we could adjust a little bit.
See, like right here, this is where I'll probably get a little sticky. Yeah, like right here, I'll probably like get a little confused just because like, you know, there's small bodies.
Okay.
Um,
How about you adjust this resistance a little bit now? Back up into this level, right? You could thicken it to line up with this support over here to the left, if you'd like. And then this one, how about just adjusting it right there? And this most likely maybe being a no trade range, unless you get that 1 hour candle close here and top wick formed, passing the low of that candle. Just got to see if you get enough range from here to here to take that.
yeah, definitely.
Make sense?
Definitely. Yeah, like see right here in the 1 hour, everything looks good, like you just said. So I just hop to the 30.
All right.
I guess like from 30, what would you think about like this range right here? Like would you say like this is like a consolidating range?
So you're saying this right here?
Yeah, I was asking like would that be a good one right there? Like
Yes, sir.
all right, for sure, yeah, because it looks like it was trying to hold some sort of support.
Yep. Well done. Right. And then once you close below that level, you got a clean move to the left over here. But what do you got to check right here?
Yeah, the range.
You got about 25 pips. So maybe, depending on the setup here, you might be able to grab that. This, I would just adjust somewhere around that area. I would say like that. Yeah. So right now, what is your bias? What do you think price should be doing right now?
So far it looks like it's in a bearish, bearish trend. So my bias will probably be like bias, like if it breaks above the trend, like maybe around in this area right here, like if it breaks this trend line.
Yes, sir. I like that.
And
bias for you.
And for sells, yeah, perfect. Like for sales, like you said, like yeah, there's 25 pips within this range right here, but like I guess safe for sales will be breaking the 130 13200 level.
Yes, sir. So sells right there, and then where is that next level? You're gonna mark to the left. You get a seizure moving this screen around too fast. Anything you want to mark off to the left as far as the target?
Probably right here.
There you
This
go.
area right here.
Nice. Let me go back to where we were. And then this will be your target if we get that close below 132 flat.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Good job, man. Right. So like I said, it just comes with practice, volunteering every single day, but also not only volunteering every single day, but like when we're off the stream, now you can go back into another chart, like your main pair, like GJ, like gold, UJ, any of these pairs, and just start practicing it. Right. And if you want, actually, please do this. Practice your breakdowns on other charts and then send them over to me on our DMs, like one-on-one DMs. And that's where we'll get better. I'll start correcting and marking up where I'd be putting my levels, and you ask me if that's correct, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely something that I added to my goals, like just sending you more charts and like, just like you said, like just swallow my ego and just participate and get it in.
Yeah. Listen, this goes for anybody. I'm not saying you're not going to get better if you don't send charts. I'm saying you're going to get a lot better, a lot quicker if you actually do. All right.
Definitely, yeah, for sure, man.
All right, man. We can do one more breakdown over here. Right now, like I said, I closed GJ out. This is for the first week, first day of the week, first day of the month. In a range like this, trading against the trend, just not worth it, right? Not worth just sitting in here. So I ended up closing the full thing here. Happy with it. Lost a little bit less than half the risk that I would have, basically risked over here, or that I did risk. So a little bit less than half, 14 pips. Let's do this. 14 pips. I risked 39 and a half, or 38. I risked 38 pips, only lost 14. All right, so that's keeping your loss small. And then tomorrow or later on today, possibly, we get a very nice setup, right, on one of our pairs that, an ideal setup. This was a riskier setup. I only risked 1.5% on this. So now when I get that really good setup, I risk 2% on it, and end up getting it, then this loss easily gets wiped out. Now, if I took this full loss, if I lost the full 38 pips at 1.5%, I lost 1.5%. Now I gotta, make 1.5 to 2% just to make this one back, and then I gotta get another winning trade to get to where I wanted to be. Got to do double. So you don't want to be in that position. Now imagine risking 3% on a trade, right? Losing it, not managing your risk, hitting your full stop loss, and then all of a sudden you got to make another 3% to get back to break even, and then make another 3% just to get to back where you wanted to be. Right? So it's that's where capital preservation comes in. Everything can turn around for most of you guys if you guys just learn how to manage risk. Anyone want to do a breakdown?
Oh yeah, I can do one.
Good shit, Quinn. What would you like to roll with?
Don't know.
Hey, Steph, would you sell if it breaks that support that you have there, or that would be like,
I would probably wait for a retest, because like right now, if you could see this, it's really rangy on the 30-minute and the setups that we or not setups, but the I don't know what I was just gonna say with that, but it's just really rangy with the candles that we're looking at over here. Oh, that's right. With the day, it's a Monday. It's the first day of the week, first day of the month. I already took one trade. I would really need to wait for the perfect setup right here for me to take any kind of sell, right? Especially because we respected the support over here. We have interest rates possibly being risen this week. So this is why we're ranging here. It's kind of battling with the strong yen and the fact that they're going to increase rates this week, right? We'd be really bearish the way we are with EJ. Where are we? EJ is pretty bearish right now, right? We're just pushing down over here, right? It's kind of simple seeing that prices continuing down, especially if we get that close below the support, which we did. So 30-minute just came up. Jamie wants Quentin to break down EU.
Oh yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Let's see. It's EJ. Gold over here. And this one is just missed it. Look at the levels. Okay. Get a nice Quentin breakdown.
My boss was talking to me about EU yesterday because he his wife is American, and he comes to the US in like March or something. He was like, yeah, 10 cents on the dollar is a lot for me. I wanted to go back to 110. What you think?
That's what you're saying. He wants to go back to 110.
Yeah, he's saying it can't stay down there. It has to go back to 110.
Yeah, like I said, it's a good time for Americans to go over to Europe right now.
Yeah.
Maybe not Eastern Europe, but Western Europe. That's
All
fine.
right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that drop here is just insane.
We like that over here in America.
Yeah. Okay. So that same support we talk about each time that we have broken
Great
down
job.
over here.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to have a look at maybe we'll do that on the weekly.
Okay.
So, we can put it here at
You want to adjust
104.
this?
Yeah,
Okay.
please. Make it a bit thinner. Yeah,
Go. Good job.
correct. So that was 104 as a price point. Can we take a look left where most recent prices to kind of have?
So the green line is where price
Can
is
you
now.
zoom in here?
Sure.
Okay, so first level that we gonna have is this one. And then I'm gonna say this is gonna be what's relevant here.
Great job.
And just for the sake of having it, but it's far away, we have this level. Okay, so
Nice.
above here, it's all clean price action, so not really a level that I would mark. Yeah, you can go back to our price points.
Okay. Good job marking those levels off.
Okay, so we almost touch it here, rejected all the way up to here with this engulfing candle printed. Last week was a doji, so indecision. We already broke the high of the previous doji candle without making a bottom wick on the current week, being this new month. Are we going to create that bottom wick or not? Drive straight up to retest that level that we broke with a lot of momentum here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right.
Okay, so we're in a nasty range consolidation in here. We could adjust this level to down below here.
Great. Just gonna drag this over so we can. There you go. So a good level. That's where you want it.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess we will have to adjust this resistance level in these weeks on the lower time frames.
Nice. I'd probably end up putting it at 102.5 right here, just because all these wicks are definitely
Yeah.
resistance on.
Yeah, we definitely need to clear them before continuing up.
Yes, sir. Not to mention, like, you're bouncing off a very strong level here at $1. So,
Yeah,
you know, that's definitely some good confluence for buys up here. But we would need further dovish sentiment coming out of the US for that to happen, for
Yeah.
more buys.
yeah. You can switch to the 4-hour.
Okay.
Then yeah, we'll mark off the $1
Okay.
level.
Any more adjustments maybe with this level?
I guess it's gonna end up here.
Nice. All right, 4-hour.
Okay, so now we see how we consolidated on the 1
Okay.
level. We faked it down, faked it out to the downside, and then came back up, retested it with that wick here, and went all the way up to 1025 in here, where we can actually put the resistance even higher in here.
Beautiful. Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. What a mess.
Yeah, so we are in that big range, but we have this current structure making higher highs and higher lows to eventually break the resistance up in here. But we would have to get a clean close above to eventually take buys into that clean move to the left. Yeah, are we gonna reject that or close above? Can you zoom in on that part?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we had that nice level. We closed above and now we're back below. So are we gonna is this a fake out to now retest this level and go back down? In here, it's just a messy price action, so I don't think I would take anything in there. Thinking about eventually taking it if it breaks this level, closes into here to get down to this.
Beautiful. Perfect levels. Only thing I might change, or not change, but like this is just where I would have a clear level right here, this previous support resistance.
Yeah, I was looking at this bearish candle here and thinking that we would see more on the 30 minutes.
Absolutely. No, I again, I think this is a correct level as well. Definitely is. Right, previous support. Once we break that, you could possibly wait for that retest right there. I think you may want to, you know, be aware of this level.
Yeah.
All right, 30-minute.
Yeah, so we see that we do have this level being relevant to the left side with these wicks tapping into here, because this was the part we didn't really know how it was going on the 1 hour. Right now we see that it tapped with these wicks on into this level, and yeah, down into here we have our support very respected.
Well done. Okay, so what are your ideas as far as like where you would take any trades?
So I think I would wait for safe buys above that level in here, and eventually take sales as we get below here, if I get a perfect setup, going to that support and taking profits here and eventually holding down into here.
Okay. Now, nice. With the, let's see, what kind of price action would you want to see right there?
A closure below.
So you would just take the close below?
Yeah.
Okay. Well done, man.
The only thing I'm not considering right now when I think about it is what if it makes support here and we have a clean move there to retest this high? Would you think there could be a valid trade to take?
So if you make a support here, you're saying
If we hold support,
to take a buy.
yeah, taking buys, saying that we've had clean move up here, clean move down there. So at that point, we've had two moves that didn't respect the level that we've drawn here. So could it go back, retest that high without being stopped by that resistance level?
Got about 28 pips in this range right here.
Yeah.
You may want to be aware of 1025 right here. But yeah, I think that makes sense. Let's see. I'm printing higher lows. I'll just keep it there. Higher lows over here. Could get a deeper pullback. I think we could as well. Yeah, I think we could definitely get a deeper pullback to then continue back up. Your USD right now, again, it's the dollar. If we take a look at the dollar, it's getting these deep pullbacks. Well, right now we're coming back down below 1055. So coming back below this area over here and continuing down, you could possibly see something like that happening, right? Where we hold that support. You would just need to wait for candles to close, right? How's this 15-minute looking? Right, these bearish candles are getting weaker. We're holding support so far, but you would have to break above that area to take any kind of buy.
Yeah, that was the 1 hour that didn't look good.
My thing is, like, this is, now that you look at the daily, all these wicks, like, do you want to be taking a buy in that area? The fact that we keep rejecting resistance, rejection. Now we're rejecting again. What happened last time we were in that area? Hard, kind of consolidated around that area, hard push below that area, right? Could we be getting the same thing? That's the question. And then the last times we were doing that, we were coming up from that low, coming up into that area, and then getting a nice pullback over here. Held support right in this area. We tested it, and then a hard pushback below. Low created over here. But now, could we get that hard rejection of this area to continue down? Looking at this right here, could possibly be retesting to continue up. But it's tricky. You're sitting right in the middle of a 4-hour and daily range and a daily resistance as well with all those wick rejections. So I think it's a great breakdown for a messy pair. You know, it's there's not much that you can really call out as far as trades. Maybe this could be a safe buy, but it's still a little risky. But great. I think that was a great job, man.
Thank you.
Not much correction. You were confident behind what you were saying when it came to the levels. That's exactly where you want to be. So, if you find, I have all the confidence in the world that if you find a clean chart, you'll be able to find the levels easily. And we'll do that, tomorrow if you want to volunteer.
Yep.
All right. But with that being said, guys, have a great day. I'm going to hop off now. I'm not taking anything. I don't like where everything is. We're getting that deeper pullback here on
gold. We could have had like a little impulse entry, but I think we missed it.
Yeah, so gold, I'm going to take a look at that in a second. GJ is kind of still ranging in this area, but we are holding support to continue up. I was just uncomfortable. That wasn't my plan to sit through a consolidation like this. My plan was to take this as the 1 hour candle was forming its bottom wick, smaller bottom wick, passing the high of that candle and continuing up, just kind of ranged in there. So I was just uncomfortable. I didn't like the setup. So It does look kind of good on the 1 hour over here to continue up, creating these higher lows. But again, you're trading against the trend. So maybe it's not the best idea to stay out of that. I'd rather wait for a good setup or an ideal setup before I take something. Gold now is getting a deeper pullback that we were talking about, right? So I want to see if we end up rejecting this level here and where we close based on the 30-minute. Do we close above this previous resistance or back below this area? If we close below that area, let's look at the 4 hour.
Would you have entered as an impulse entry right under that support when it broke the lows on the previous candle, or that would have been too much of a risky move? Because that was a
The thing is, the R wouldn't have been the best because what you have here is I would have taken it as we broke the low of that wick. I think that's the low of the wick. Yes, right there. Stop loss would have been right here. And my take profit would have been right here. So looking for a 1-to-1, only 27 pips, right, in that area. It's like 27 pips on gold. It's not that much. I mean, it's okay. Like that's fine. It's like basically a 15 to 20 pip range on GJ. It's like, all right, like not, it's like so, right? I'm looking for like a anywhere from 25 to 30 or to a 45 or 50 pip range on gold if I'm going to be taking that counter trend trade like this. Does that make sense?
yeah.
Yeah, so it's I mean, depending on the 15-minute, 15-minute right in that range. Yeah, I mean that kind of makes sense. But again, like first of the month, first of the week, do you really want to be squeezing that in? You know, I'd much rather wait for the pullback here in a bullish trend, right? Wait for the pullback, wait for support to hold, and then continue this back up, knowing that the dollar is on its way down. So basically, I'd be betting on the dollar right now if I was selling gold, which I'm not going to be doing. Right? We've been in this pullback since the big middle of July. All right. So Paul left. All right. So guys, great session, great breakdowns. Carlos did great job. Like I said, keep sending charts and we're going to get better. You're going to get more and more confident, and that's just going to take time. But just stick with it, right? Keep your pride, or throw your pride out the window, and just make sure that you're getting more and more work in. It's not so much about impressing or anything like that. Eventually, you're going to get there. But Quentin, great breakdown. Jamie, great breakdown, and I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning.
All right, peace out, family.
All right, guys.
All right, brother.
All right, see you, boys. Great day, all right?